Nearly 2 years, Pat's SmartLink card is being retired, and tomorrow is your last chance to ask questions publicly about the transition to tap cards. There will be a virtual public meeting at 6 p.m. tomorrow. August 31st will be the last day you can use the Legacy Fare card. That's also the last day that you can use a Metro card on Path as well. Unused balances on SmartLink cards must be transferred to tap cards by February of next year. 96% of Path riders are already using the tap system. Well, forget the first pitch. Citi Field is getting attention for what fans are eating in the stands. Yelp has named the Mets home the #1 stadium for food in America, highlighting its Queens-inspired lineup. The ballpark featured 27 food vendors. Now, other New York City stadiums that made the list for delicious game day food includes Madison Square Garden at number 15, Yankee Stadium at number 21, and Billie Jean King National Tennis Center at number 40. And you know what, Mr. G, I'm also going to guess it's probably one of the most expensive, if not the most expensive.
Yeah, we had an experience, we had really good seats, so take care of you that way, and they made a mistake, and they were very thoughtful, but the whole thing was, it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's expensive. That costs $10.
Just one bite, right?
All right, here we go, everybody. We're going to walk to the wall and show you exactly what's going down at 447 in the greatest city in the world with our great floor manager here taking care of business. She's very shy, so she doesn't want her name mentioned. I also forgot her name. Erica, thank you. 447-49. That man Samino knows everything. I swear, he's good. You can see sunny temps, Erica, sunny and warm, lower humidity. She hates when I mention her name, right, Erica? Showers and a thunderstorm returns on Thursday. Okay, so Thursday may be a day to watch. Right now, don't change plans, but again, if the downpour's hitting you're involved, that's something to watch. 85, Staten Island, Jersey City, Sheepshead Bay. You can see Chelsea, Fort Lee, everybody holding in the 80s at 448. We mentioned that before. And as you do the temperatures around the region, you'll be able to see again, the winds are very light. There's no trigger here, but that being said, the muggies are in, and the dew point, the measure of humidity is climbing, and it gets to tropical in nature. So we're going to have to watch this stuff. And as you look at the map across the United States, look at this searing heat. It's serious stuff. All the way to the deep south, all the way into Florida, and it creeps up the eastern seaboard, and we get involved with a little bit of that moisture on Thursday. So it's 67% the relative humidity, 45% in Monticello, coming on down, and the 10-day trend shows these temperatures are still just about normal. So we're on the right side of the ledger here. There's no real big heat, no real big rain right now to think of. So on the rain chances, let's talk about Wednesday, 5%, 12% on Wednesday night. It lifts up to the muggies, and you see the level of oppressive here, 80 to 90% again, but the chance 60 to 80% is enough for saturation Thursday, and then Thursday night things come down. So it looks like the main rain event would be Wednesday night into Thursday, if it happens at all. Everything moving along very nicely. A couple of scattered showers moving to the south of the city. We'll see if they involved with anything other than a diminution as the night goes along. So here we go. The cold front is galloping across the Great Lakes. Plenty of warmth on Wednesday, and then Thursday we go through the rain period, and then we dry it out as high pressure begins to move in. 80 in Liberty, there's Poughkeepsie, there's Toms River, there's Raritan, there's Montauk Point. Let's play baseball, and you can see again San Diego versus your Mets, which have been playing really good since, figure after the break, that was good, the All-Star break. They're really coming on. Comfortable night, 81, 77, and 75. Here's your forecast, 69 degrees, an early shower possible, then partly cloudy skies. Make your plans. 86, plenty of sun, warm and dry. A good-looking day for tomorrow. Here we go, everybody. 86, warm, humid, a few showers around, and a good-looking Friday, that's for sure. Could be scattered showers about later on Saturday. Make it Sunday late. So pick of the weekend. Again, either day will feature showers, but hopefully we get out of this, and we will, Monday and Tuesday. All right, Chris is going to take you the rest of the way. You guys have a good night.
Thank you so much, Mr. G. Well, the Bayonne Bees are gearing up for the Little League World Series in Pennsylvania, and there is no shortage of support for the team back here at home. Bayonne versus everyone t-shirts have been selling out instantly. Organizers say that they got another shipment of the shirts today, and they will be on sale tonight at the Bayonne Little League field.
Yeah, they've been selling out quick. So as you can see the sign, 5 o'clock, get here at 5, the line will be formed already. And yeah, thanks for supporting us.
Yeah.
Well, the Bayonne Bees' first game in the World Series in Williamsport will be tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Everyone is rooting for them.
We thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Eric Lanskrutter. Was your town hit hard by storms and outages over the July 4th weekend? Well, one Sussex County town was, and says that was the last straw. Byram Township is now demanding legal accountability from JCP&L. News 12 New Jersey's Tom Krasnowski explains.
Byram Township is a small town, Sussex County, population 8,000. The mayor there says more than 1,400 customers lost power over Independence Day weekend. This tree brought down power lines and narrowly missed a parked car. It's one of the reasons this township is pursuing legal intervention into the Board of Public Utilities' ongoing JCP&L performance investigation. The BPU says the power company failed to meet the minimum reliability standards in 2022, 23, and 24. A JCP&L spokesperson told News 12 the company has invested more than $1 billion this year to enhance reliability, adding that areas that have received upgrades have seen an 80% outage reduction. Byram wants to be one of those areas. They're pursuing a seat at the table here to determine why the town has their power issues and deadlines for improvements. The BPU will also bring a separate review of the company's performance during July's storms. JCP&L tells us they had 5,700 power personnel working over the holiday weekend, including out-of-state aid for the quickest possible recovery. The inquiry into the power company's performance comes as it applied for an 8.5% rate increase this month. That includes a storm recovery charge that would be spread over 10 years. The company says keeping affordability and reliability front of mind. Governor Sherrill had made a campaign promise to freeze electric rates. A spokesperson from her office told News 12, rates remain frozen, and the BPU will go through this filing, quote, with a fine-tooth comb. Tom Krasnowski, News 12, New Jersey.
Jersey Proud tonight, a Jersey Shore tradition celebrating a big milestone, and it's all for a good cause, of course. Big Brothers Big Sisters is bringing its beach volleyball tournament back to Manasquan for a 20th year. The September 13th event has raised more than $400,000 since it began, helping support mentoring programs for kids across New Jersey. All about providing help and support for kids who need it, and it doesn't get more Jersey Proud than that. Last week told News 12 that they don't chum, and they view dropping bait with a drone the same as fishing on the beach. That's a late summer problem at the Jersey Shore. Fewer lifeguards on the beach as students start heading back to school and college. Seaside Park closed at least 5 beaches to swimming today because of staffing shortages, and with many schools starting before Labor Day, the Beach Patrol expects more closures over the next few weeks. The beaches are still open, but swimmers may have to walk a little farther to find a guarded area.
I'm a teacher, so I'll be going back to school too. So that's going to be a challenging four-day stretch to get through, because usually the last week of the year, we rely heavily on those high school kids that we have to kind of float us to Labor Day weekend.
When the lifeguards aren't there, Seaside Park's fire department and water rescue team keep watch. Their message, if there's no lifeguard on duty, stay out of the water. Well, I guess you can say goats are the goat at fighting invasive species. Sigurd turning to them to munch on some plants that don't belong there. 15 goats arrived from Rhinebeck, New York today. The borough hoping that this will help get rid of some invasive species. For the goats, it's just another meal, though. All right, let's get things.
They love poison ivy.
Do they?
Oh my God!
How do you know that? Have you had?
I had a goat running around my. No, I've never had a goat running in my yard. But I heard like literally, if you had like a big property, a goat going after poison ivy is a great.
I wouldn't want to go near the goat after that, though.
Well, do you want to really go near a goat normally?
No.
All right. Let's see where this forecast is headed as we get into the next couple of days. Listen, we are going to be talking about rain chances being elevated going into Thursday. Friday looks like it's going to be a nice day. there is an opportunity on Saturday that we're going to be dealing with some rain showers. Now listen, this is going to be going back and forth. Early this morning we saw Sunday being the higher chance at seeing rain showers and Saturday being the lower chance. So the guidance doesn't have a really good idea on what day of the weekend we're going to be dealing with the rain showers. However, I do think that there are going to be some showers that we are going to have to plan for. Do not cancel your outdoor plans, just plan for that opportunity for some wet weather. Right now we are going to say that it is primarily going to be Saturday going into Sunday that there will be some rain. Tomorrow's looking fantastic, mainly sunny skies. Showers and storms moving in on Thursday. Looks like it's late morning into the early afternoon hours. We could be looking at some rough weather passing across New Jersey. Friday's looking fantastic under mainly sunny skies. There might be an isolated thunderstorm later in the afternoon, and then it looks unsettled as we roll into the upcoming weekend. But that next week after that, we've got nothing but sunshine with temperatures in the lower 80s. I'll have more details on that forecast coming right up.
All right, when you think of commuting, you probably picture someone catching an early morning train or bus.
But for one restaurant worker, the workday doesn't begin until many are long already starting work. In this week's Toll of Commuting, News 12's Amanda Eustace follows a commute that's anything but your typical 9 to 5.
While most people are already in the middle of their workday, Cara Wilson is on her way to start hers.
Oh, it's lovely. Yeah, empty.
Almost 5 days a week, she boards the 12:58 p.m. New Jersey Transit train at the Watchung Avenue station in Montclair. Okie dokie, here we go. She works as a beverage manager at a restaurant in NoHo, Lower Manhattan. And unlike packed trains that roll through during the morning rush, this one is noticeably quieter.
This is a typical day. Like, I get my own seat.
Her job in the restaurant industry means afternoons, weekends, evenings, and holidays are often part of the schedule. That also means her commute runs on a different clock.
I really like it. I think it's a very, like, again, unconventional schedule for most, or like what people consider to be. Like, that 9 to 5 is like the typical, so this being that it's like 2:30 to 10:30, that schedule is just kind of like weird for some.
Her train takes her from Montclair to New York Penn Station, but getting into the city is only half the journey.
For Cara, her commute is nowhere near over. Once you get to New York Penn Station, now it's a quick ride on the subway across the city.
Once she gets there, the walking doesn't stop.
Yeah, I'm running around the restaurant, right? I'm grabbing bottles for service, I'm stocking things, like, on my feet all day, so I'm always looking at how I can cut down the amount of steps I'm doing in the commute. Because I'm getting my 10,000 steps.
From the F train,
here we go. Time to transfer.
To the A train.
Easy peasy. It's just down the stairs.
You finally arrive in NoHo. Cara says the biggest challenge isn't the ride itself, it's making the train schedule work.
I wish that there was like a little bit of a happy medium as opposed to just on the hour, maybe every half an hour. That would like make it so much easier for me, because if I miss that train by a minute, then I have to wait an hour.
It's a commute that looks very different from the traditional 9 to 5, but it's one she's learned to make it work.
On the way in, I'm at peace. It's great. And it actually kind of gets me more focused for my day.
In Lower Manhattan, Amanda Eustace, News 12, New Jersey.
All right, let's play some ball. Bayonne Little League in action tonight. It's their first game in the Little League World Series.
News 12 New Jersey's Tony Caputo is in Bayonne this morning. And Tony, excitement has to be at an all-time high in that community.
Well, we're so excited. We're out here before the Broadway Diner even opens up to talk to people about it. That's how excited we are about Bayonne playing 7 p.m. tonight against the champ from New England. Now, Bayonne is considered the Metro Region champ, and there's a New England Region champ. They'll be squaring off tonight in this first round of the Little League World Series, and it has absolutely been a long time coming, especially for Hudson County. You take a look at some of the highlights from their dramatic wins recently. They beat Blackwood Kiwanis 9-3 back on August 3rd and put together an amazing comeback versus Connecticut to win that Metro Region title 8-6 on August 14th. Now, Bayonne Little League is only the 5th team from Hudson County to win a state title since 1960, and just the second to reach the Little League World Series. The West New York Americans finished second in the Little League World Series back in 1966. Nick, Simon, Mike, that's even before I was born. So we're going way, way back on that one. But again, Bayonne just the second team from Hudson County to make the Little League World Series. So, you know, over the years, we've seen the Toms River teams make it, and I know everybody remembers that well. And I believe there was a Lakewood team over the years and a team from Wayne that made it to the Little League World Series. But in this case, Bayonne, just the second from Hudson County. Very exciting. We're going to talk to some folks here at the Broadway Diner this morning. We're going to grab a little coffee, too, and enjoy that and see how they're feeling. Gearing up. Big game tonight. Williamsport, Pennsylvania, Bayonne in the Little League World Series. That's the latest from Bayonne. Tony Caputo, News 12, New Jersey.
All right, Tony, thank